Here we are again, gentlemen.
Yeah, without your camera on.
There we go.
There we go.
It should have came on after that. There's a blooper for Cody. So?
Always got to call it out. I'm actually shocked that this only went to 5 games. I will say this.
Didn't everyone have 6 or 7?
I think all 3 of us. I think all 4 of us had 6.
But I'm saying all the pundits, all the analysts. It was.
I think 6 or
they
7.
had Tampa in 7.
Yeah, most of them had Tampa 6 or 7. Like, if any of them had a fucking brain, it would have been Tampa in 7, because I think that would have been the most likeliest outcome if Tampa did win. But anyway, but Tampa's fucking out. Fuck out of here. Try and bring in Pat Maroon to fire up the locker room.
You have to bring in a Chicago Blackhawks.
Kirby sent me that on X, and I was like, are you fucking serious?
I'm like, wasn't he just in St. Louis 2 nights ago? What the fuck's he doing there?
You're telling me you guys...
Is he taking a victory tour?
Yeah, you're telling me you guys don't have anyone in that locker room to fire up your team? Not one fucking person?
Yeah, that was Cody's line of the night.
Like,
post-game show on X.
Like, Kucherov can't fire him, Hedman can't fire him up, fucking Point can't fire him up, Gensel can't do it.
Right?
Well, Cooper was fired up last game.
Yeah, and guess what?
That's how you fucking do it. Piss off, Coop.
Yeah, that's how you fucking do it. Then blow a 1-goal lead in 11 seconds. It's just now I don't have to be as respectful of them, Tampa now, because they are what I thought they were. Shout out Dennis Green, the late great Dennis Green. Except this time we didn't let them off the hook like they did with Chicago those years ago.
Tampa fans are going to be like, you guys need to win one more cup and all that. They'll move some goalposts around.
You like my little artwork here?
Good work, Caesar.
Thank you.
That's the stories of the series for me for Tampa.
But I was going to
say...
You
know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Hoobie Dooby Doo, Where Are You?
Yeah, I think
Coochie Coochie Coo, Where Are You?
Oh, that's a good one, too.
But I think Tampa fans put us on milk cartons in that sweep. So,
oh yeah, but now we get to do it to them. But the thing is, this guy was the number one reason why they lost the series. This guy right here.
What's it now? Really 15 playoff games without a
15 playoff games without a goal. And you know, it's funny thing, they can't do what they did last year. With they were saying, oh, at least he was a point per game. He wasn't even point per game this series. He's 4.4 assists in 5 games.
Yeah, and I don't like that narrative of he had this many assists and this many points. Like, how is he getting those points? Are they secondary assists? Are they add-on points? Or is it in a blowout win? Different things like that. You know, a runaway game where they're getting the doors blown off of them. Because I really haven't seen him be a factor in these playoffs. Definitely not last year. And then you go back to the Toronto series. So it's been like 3 years now. They're talking about Tampa Bay, where they go from here, Nick. We were talking about that in our post-game show. I don't think they're blowing things up this summer, but the following summer, you can start to look at things.
You take a look, there are some positives to take away. Obviously, the top 6 is still going to remain. The top 6 with Bjorkstrand there. So that's a given. The third line with Paul, Geeky, Gonçalves, I would assume could start there next year, potentially be a bright spot for them. If I were them, I'd add a top 4 defenseman, and I get Meaner on the 4th line.
They really wasted great years from Cirelli and Hagel by going out and bowing out in 5 games here, though.
Well, yeah. But here's the thing. It's like they need a little bit tougher 4th line, bottom 6, and they need legit top 4 defenseman. And I would even argue a physical bottom
pair. Before the trade deadline, that Tampa, in order for them to be more competitive, they need to do something on their blue line. And they didn't really do anything. So
they didn't do anything at all. They thought Lilleberg and Perbix and Radish. I mean, I think all 3 of them were scratched at one point in this series, or Lilleberg played every game.
Lilleberg and Perbix played every game. It was Radish. It was Radish who was scratched.
And I think Vasi had a bounce back year this year. If you look regular season, he was even pretty solid here in this first round playoff series. But you're going to keep rolling out Vasi there for 65, 70 games a year.
Yeah. You take a look at their depth guys too. Gage Gonçalves, 4 points in 5 games. Nick Paul, 2 points, 2 goals in 5 games. Glendening, 2 points in 5 games. And then you take a look. Gensel, 6 points in 5 games. But you look, Kucherov, 4 and 5. Point held the 2 points. Sorelli had 1 goal. Chafee got a goal. But again, like you take a look, it's like between Paul, Goncalves, Chafee, the timing, the opportune times of those goals. That's 4, 5, 6 goals. Your top guys need to be better.
Hagel never found his footing in this series other than delivering a hit and then taking one. He never found his way through this series, which he was going to be a big 5v5 guy for them.
But
guy that could play on the penalty kill, maybe be dangerous there as well.
yep, all those predictions right there. Shout out Nick Kiprios
Our guy.
and Rory Boylan.
Justin Bourne, Lightning.
Messier picked Tampa as well.
Who's Ian McIntyre?
No, that's Matt Marchesi.
No, but I'm saying in general. Mark,
I have no idea who he picked.
No, but Nick was calling out Justin Bourne the other night there in a recap. He was right with the Ekblad 2-game suspension, Nick.
Yeah, he called up George Peros. Not gonna give him credit.
But hey, Mark Spector, you Edmonton fucking homer. Still mad about last year.
I saw a comment that says like they were complimenting Florida. Somebody was complimenting Florida on the dominance of the first round win, and they're like, I don't know. Edmonton still to me is much better. You take a look at what they're doing to LA, and they're like, somebody comments, shut the fuck up, dude.
Like the thing
I
is,
love it. I like the tweet. I'll try to find it.
But where Tampa goes from here, they're in a really
I don't even know. They're in a tough situation now.
They're in a really weird spot because don't forget, they gave up 2 firsts for Bjorkstrand and Gordon. It wasn't like it was just 1. There was 2. And they're having issues signing their last first-round pick in Isaac Howard. He's looking like he's going to go to free agency and sign wherever the hell he wants to. So
I would move him for a defenseman.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You had a defenseman, but you fucking traded him. Like
I don't get why they did that. I mean, look, for McDonough, I mean,
no one was calling out that move except me the minute it happened. You can ask Kirby. The minute that move happened, I was on the phone with him. I say that move makes 0 fucking sense. From day one, I don't care how good like how good at the time Mosier could have been. He's not going to be good enough in your window right now. You needed Sergachev. He's in his prime, and you trade him for not even a first round pick. They got a second for him.
Well, they got Geeky, who they thinks was Geeky a top 10 pick.
No,
I thought he was. Let me take a look at that.
I don't think he was top 10. I think he was mid first. Like,
question:
11th.
Does John Cooper stay in Tampa?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of rumors around saying that he might be. There's rumors saying that Utah could.
I don't believe those rumors.
The owner there.
I
think things have to go pretty badly with Tampa Bay management and on his deal. If they keep pressing him to sign an extension or what he wants to do, that's a way out for Cooper.
Now, here's a question. What about Julien Brisebois' seat?
I think it's getting warm.
I mean, you've traded now 2 more first-round picks. They have Bjorkstrand next year. Yanni Gourde, I mean, he was bad this series. He was not good.
But Yanni Gourde isn't what he once was 3 years ago.
And I don't know why they moved. He's not worth a first-round pick.
Because here's the thing. Tampa did what Chicago tried to do at the back half of after their cups. They tried to bring the band back together. Remember, they traded Artemi Panarin to bring back Brandon Saad. And you lost a younger piece to bring back an older piece. And guess what? They did the same thing with Sergachev and bringing back fucking McDonough.
And then they tried with Gordon. I don't know.
But I'm blowing it up because they did the Gensel for Stamkos trade, and then Kucherov's got three years left.
Here. 2 years.
2 years. So they're not gonna, I think, blow anything up until that point. There, that's going to be their kind of target window to the end of this. Tampa.
Yeah, but that was what made the Sergachev move not make sense to me, was because you got Gensel to switch out and extend your window.
Yeah. And
I'm thinking, well, damn, Sergachev's a number 1 defenseman right now. He's going to take over Hedman because look, Hedman can barely skate right now.
That would have been the same if the Panthers moved on from 2 or 3 guys, including say Sam Reinhart last summer, and then you're just trying to retool, and you're like, what are you doing here? Because you're in this window now. It would make even less sense for Florida because their window's more extended. But for Tampa, it's like you have one final push, one final run here, and then you have Sergachev going out there. The Stamkos thing, they messed that up for a while. They extended every player in that room except Stamkos.
Well, here's the thing.
Similar thing with Brad Marchand.
nobody really missed Steven Stamkos
until this series.
Up until the series. And again, that's not a knock against Jake Gensel. He was their best player. They were missing leadership. And now it's like, who's going to drag him into the fire? Pat Maroon can't do it from the stands. I hate to break it to them all. He's not coming on the bench. He's not coming on the ice. He can't do it from fucking section 235 pounded fucking Bud Lights. He's not going to be able to do it. So I don't know what their plan is. I think the talent's obviously there, and I think they have some pieces that they could have a really good hockey team. That top 4 defensive spot, they really need to figure that out.
But what's really fucked them on the top 4 spot is the decline of Chernak.
And Hedman. Hedman is not the same player. And I think Hedman was hurt this series.
Yeah, but the Hedman thing, you should have saw it coming. That's the fucking thing.
Yeah. That's why trading Sergachev makes absolutely no sense.
Because the thing was, you had a contingency plan in place. If Hedman goes down, all right, fine, you counted on that. But here's the thing. Now he's a 4. But he's now playing 18 to 20 minutes a night, maybe 22 on some nights. But then you have Sergachev right there to take on the low, play the 24, 25, 26 plus minutes. You don't have that anymore. McDonough's aging too. Chernak hasn't been good in 2 years.
I think the blue line is the issue for Tampa. And again, it's what is the fix? Because Hedman's not getting better. He's not getting any younger.
Nope.
Like you just said, McDonough's not getting any younger. Chernak, we've seen what he's been since McDonough originally left. He's been a train wreck. And Mosier, I like him as a 4, really, realistically. What are you going to be able to actually do? Sergachev would be the perfect piece for them right now. It's what can you really do? You have the talent up front. It's is there enough time for them to remake this defense core to try to get one more cup, or is it done?
Our co-host mentioned too, Lex, on our post-game show, how many injuries will come out of this series for Tampa. So that'll be an interesting thing to look at. We do want to slowly transition to our team here and us advancing, guys. But go ahead.
They definitely have to get physical. Again, we've out-hit them 46-26. So they have a lot to do this offseason. I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see what happens, I guess, in the next couple of days in the exit meetings to see what their GM says. But, that doesn't matter to us. We're Panther fans here. But I know there's a couple of Lightning fans that want to know what's going to happen with their team. And do they continue on the same path of having the same roster, or do they blow it up? So
they're not blowing it up.
Or do they just accept the fact that they were good, that they had their time, and now this is what happens, right? It's
I think they're kind of accepting that Florida has an edge on them, and you can even hear John Cooper talk about it.
He seemed very defeated throughout the series. They're a good team, we're trying, we're working hard, we're not it's I think at one point he's it's not like we're not trying. What kind of answer is that?
And I said to our fans, I don't think this is A++ Panther hockey we've even seen yet in the playoffs. There's another level to this.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's a scary thing to hear.
And I thought they did a better job of today playing more of a Panther hockey. Today looked a lot better.
Offensively, me and Cody of defensively.
Defensively. Kulikov, I was not happy.
The third period, I was so pleased with that defensively. It's
But that's the thing about Kulikov. He's going to have one of these games every now and then. And it's
the last 2 or 3 games haven't been great, but yeah.
I think before this game, it was more Mikkola. Mikkola drove me nuts this series.
I think Mikkola had a great
and
game.
Speaking of our guys, how about Seth Jones, man?
Seth Jones and Gustav Jones.
That top pair.
People want that pairing to be together now. They told us on the post-game show.
First it was they missed Ekblad. Now it's Jones. He's pretty good.
And then Ekblad's back. What do we do when Ekblad's back? It's it's interesting.
Do the same thing we've been doing,
right?
I don't know. Don't ask everything of Jones. Maybe have him back in his natural position of being our number 3 defenseman. That would be nice to see.
Yeah, but it's good to see Jones and Forsling have have chemistry because that's something that's going to be good for the next 2-3 years because this is
Yeah.
that's our top pair next year right now. As
Yeah.
of right now, that's our top pair.
And the way that you look at the market out there, it's
And
hard to question.
we have a comment here. Let's pivot to I think who our best player was this series, and that was our deadline acquisition, Mr. Brad Marchand.
Oh, you're with Cody. That's
No,
my
he
point.
was
Well,
And-
some people in our community don't think so.
one of them benched.
who was better than Marchand this series? But
No,
But David says, "What does a Marchand extension look like? Do we think he wants to say? I say, fuck it, yes.
yes.
I wanted to see, David, what he looked like to start these playoffs, but I was already encouraged from what I saw from the end of the regular season going in. I said, let's just give it some time here. Let's see what we see in the playoffs. Already immediate impact. Already, to me, as the series MVP for us. Other people can have votes out there for whoever you may have. I don't think there was a lot of players that stood out in this series for either team, but Brad Marchand, from beginning of game 1 to what he did here in game 5,
100%.
the series for us.
So you take a look at the stats for that line: 5 points for both Lostereen and Lundell, 4 points for Brad and Marchand.
No, 4 Lusto, 4 Lundell, 2 for
No.
Marchand. I mean,
I'm talking about for the series. I'm talking about for the series.
Lundell only had 4 points.
5.
Oh, 5.
Lundell and Lostereen each had 5 points, and Brad Marchand had 4 points. So for people saying that third line doesn't score enough for this, that, the other thing, I mean, in the regular season, maybe, but it's like...
Well, that's what they were saying post game 3, because game 4 and 5 is kind of when Lundell found his game through Marchand. But I thought Lusto was doing the little things well through the series. But Marchand, go back and watch everything he did from the start of game 1. He got so many scoring chances in game 1. Puck was going off.
He's also playing on the penalty kill as well.
4-on-4, he's dangerous out there as well. Throw him out there with whoever, and he's going to make plays. So again, and we haven't even seen him on the power play 1 because right now they're sticking with Verhaeghe, nice goal there. But I think that could change up a little bit where you might see Marchand on power play 1 if we're not producing offense there as well.
And it's kind of encouraging to see the power play, especially Verhaeghe, to get going. But Verhaeghe's in front of the net. That just shows you they're moving around more. I thought the power play here and today in game 5 was excellent. We're moving the puck. We're getting pucks to the net. I mean, we're not standing still, right? And that's encouraging to see because obviously there were some power plays when we were at home that were pretty brutal. But I think how we ended...
No, just to jump there, I think if you've got Barkov moving around on the wheel like you can, that's why I like Jones on the PP1 because he can move. He's very fluid.
And here's the thing. Jones, you can tell, is now comfortable because he'll activate up in the rush. He will duck a hit and dodge, and he'll do what he needs to do with the puck, and then he'll get back defensively. And I also think Seth Jones, he got a penalty today. I think that was a bullshit reverse hit call. It's a guy who's bigger than him. I mean,
the puck was nowhere near.
No, that happens all the time.
But he's like,
bullshit.
but he's gonna get hit too. So is he just gonna let the guy hit him? No, a little reverse.
That happens all the time. So Seth Jones showing his physicality there. I don't mind it. We killed off that
2 minutes for being a big guy. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Like,
I thought the second slashing on Bennett was weak.
Oh, the second one was bad because they only called it because the stick was broken. The first Bennett penalty infuriated me.
Yeah.
That one, because for those who don't know, and we have a little game day chat or whatever, Matthew was saying earlier in the night, about going off on Ekblad suspension against pay Bennett the 7x7, and that fucking penalty gets called. I'm like, oh sweet, a 7x7 penalty, love it.
This is a really smart play by Lostereen, and a lot of times what Sturm and other guys would do.
I thought this changed the game, especially Tampa Bay just tied it. Momentum's kind of going on their side. Great job by Panthers again, penalty kill this whole series. So
16 of 18 in this.
I thought Lusterana did a great the whole penalty kill.
But just check out my boy Lusto right here. Come on. I mean,
he's off the screen.
Look at that.
But stays with them. Guess what? Pickpockets him again. Recognize it. Feeds it to Lundell. No, and Lundell notices right here, and bang, back in the net. Because Kirby was talking, go back here, right about here. All right, just go, and I'll tell you when to pause. Here, like Lundell was lobbying like he was just gonna dump that thing and go into the bench.
Right? It kind of dekes the defenseman, which he kind of probably saw Bennett coming out, right?
Oh no, he knew what time it was. I think Lusto knew what time it was too. That's why Lusto didn't shove it down the ice because he easily could have.
Yeah.
And Bennett, thank you for not going offside because Bennett's like one of the worst guys with going offside. And this Tampa Bay defenseman right here, he's in no man's land trying to block the shot. I think that's Radish.
From the shot there.
But you know what? Our defensemen have had a couple of odd man rushes, and they've done a good job, like Forsling, breaking off those 2-on-1s. So,
and where I think we know that better than any team, and that's where you beat them.
I thought that was a critical play, but yeah, go ahead, coach.
And then before this, in this period as well, this was the Sergei Bobrovsky show for about a good 5 minutes in this period.
Here, I'm going to put that clip up because great point, Cody, because I thought that saving moment.
Which one? He had 3 of them.
Yeah.
The one on Conchal.
But I think Bassey saved them in the first period of that game, not getting away from them.
Yeah, but
let me show you here now. I'm going to stand tall here, and he had to there for that.
In this game, like I was tired of being humble with Bob, especially with Connor Hellebuck. Vezina, he's about to win a Vezina. Connor and Hellebuck should win the freaking Hart.
I don't really understand how if you have 2 guys for the Hart, how one of them would win it. If the other guy's also an MVP candidate, wouldn't that just mean you got a lot of help? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's my mind going a little bit too late here. I do think Kucherov should win it though, but I did want to. What play is this? The Bobrovsky save?
Bobrovsky just.
Okay, let's play it because there were a couple things that I.
Is this the one on Cirelli where he's behind by himself, or is this the rebound chance?
The rebound.
All right, let's go. Because I think this whole play is Kulikov out here for this one.
Yeah,
yep.
Kulikov.
Yeah, that's what I got pissed off at.
Because both go for the same, and then
they run each other and they take each other behind the net.
Like, what the fuck are we doing? Can one of you guys stop in front of the net?
Where it's like, okay, we got this.
Okay, no,
we got this.
I'm gonna be a stickler.
It was one of the greatest saves I've ever seen.
I was there.
I was there. The crowd was going wild.
Like, I understand, like, why low key, like, it more reminds me of Bob in the Carolina series than it did last year versus Tampa.
I like the Carolina save a little bit more.
Like,
no doubt.
Like,
but it's like you take a look at like Sergei Bobrovsky. I thought Vasilevsky was going to be a lot better than he was. And credit to the Panthers, they scattered him really well. I mean, they were able to get in front of him. They were able to get traffic in front, get those deflected shots that they needed to.
For the series.
What? The series?
Yeah.
I think you're just looking at it from a result base that we're at now. I thought he was pretty good.
Well, I thought he was pretty good, but he should have been a lot better, Kirby. I mean,
he should have been better in game 1. That's the one I will give you.
As a top 3 or 5.
And I'm giving us credit. I mean, I'm not saying it was terrible, but give us credit. We played well, and we were able to get to him. And
this was not an easy game for goalies tonight. There was a lot of traffic, a lot of layers. The defense wasn't helping them out at certain points.
Nick's about to fall asleep on camera.
Yeah.
I had to question on that take there.
Listen, the thing is, like,
you're acting like we didn't do a good job on Vasilevsky.
But here's the thing.
But he played all right.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. We deserve more. It's more of us.
We deserve credit.
I'm saying it's more of us knowing where to beat Vasilevsky than Vasilevsky being bad.
I didn't say he was bad.
Vasi's play was like the 4th reason why Tampa lost.
No,
like,
I'm not
it's
saying he was
4.
bad, but he should have been better. And we did a good job of getting to him.
But
I think it was an even goaltending matchup throughout the series.
Yeah. But
I guarantee you, if you put our defense on their units, I think
they get a different result.
Vasi does. You would see a different result.
And I don't think their decor was as bad as they were last year. Cody, we went at their decor last year with Dumba and Lilleberg. This year,
and
it's their star guys and like Kucherov.
Yeah, because remember, they didn't have Sergachev for most of that series.
And their power play.
Yeah, well, they didn't have Sergachev for most of that series, and they have like inserted McDonough, so the defense is better by default. But that bottom pair was still we still victimized that damn bottom pair, the Lilleberg-Perbix pairing, and you know it's funny they
But
called up.
last year we victimized them more on the forecheck and turnovers behind the net and things like that.
This series we victimized Victor Hedman quite a bit, and Eetu Luostarinen ate Nikita Kucherov's lunch in today's game. I mean,
how many plays died on Kucherov's stick?
My boy Lusto
plays in the series.
Carly would be happy about this one.
What the hell, Carly likes E-Rod? No, Lusto's my damn guy. No, no.
No, you missed Carly come on the post-game show, Cody. You left.
Yeah.
What? She gave credit to Lusto?
Yeah, just give credit to herself and Lusto in the series.
No. Lusto's my damn guy. Hell
there.
no. I'm not taking that shit. No.
She wants Brad Marchand broken up with that line, saying they're not doing well. So
No.
No.
Lusto's my guy. This is my W. No one else's. Because guess what? I heard all the fucking year, oh, Lusto's not doing shit. Why are we paying him $3 million? This is why.
That's wild if Carly or other people are saying Lusto drove that line, because a lot of people weren't happy with Lindell. And I said
it's about time he buried one. It's about time he buried one. He's gotten chances all
Marchand,
Marchand
like
was
we've been saying it.
series.
Marchand has helped Lusto change his game on that line.
Mason Marchman ain't doing this shit right here. Like, come on now.
Lusto ain't dragging that puck out from the corner without Marchand's help.
Yeah, but he created the turnover that got him there.
But he needs a guy.
I'm not saying Lusto didn't play bad, but Lusto's been
with
set up. Lusto's been set up quite a bit. He had a couple slot
Yeah,
chances.
but he's
Lusto can't be F1 guys and go in the corner and then drag it out and then make a play.
Yeah, but he's creating all these plays.
He needs another guy with him on the forecheck, and he has that. Brad Marchand.
Like Lusto needs a fucking Bash brother. Like
Yes. Yeah.
Because he's smart enough to know where to go, Cody, but he needs another guy to be in there to, be aggressive, and another guy to be a playmaker a bit as well.
Like,
he doesn't have those playmaker instincts of pulling it out from Marchand pulls it out from the wall, will drag it around a guy and then make a play.
And
that's so cheap for Marchand.
That play where he was just dancing around players
better hit the fucking crossbar. But that's the thing. If we're getting that confident, Brad Marchand,
it's going to be a long. These teams are not going to.
I was more excited for Marchand than I was Giroux.
Oh, I was. I'm not a Drew guy.
Yeah,
but the ones already turned out better.
But I don't
have Drew going against an 8 seed Washington Capitals.
Yeah, I'm fine with those stars.
Yeah,
Gonzalez deserves it. No, I have a bone to pick now. The first 3 stars, Ottawa, Toronto. If you lose 4-0, no one on your team should have a star. Why the fuck was Chris Tanev the second star of the game?
I listened to the Toronto media. Now it would be yesterday. They weren't giving anyone stars.
Go look at the NHL app. They had Chris Tanev as the second star.
It's kind of weird. Since Game 4 hit, something's changed. Does anybody want to, Kirby, want to recollect anybody on that?
Everyone that has Ottawa Senators with me, they have been my dark horse team. I should get points regardless of what happens for the rest of this series. All of your guys' picks, New Jersey, you're done. LA, you're just about done, Nick. And Cody wavering there on Minnesota.
I'm still alive with St. Louis, even though they lost today.
The Ottawa one's looking good. Yeah. No, your one's New Jersey. You can only have one.
Yeah, Minnesota's fighting pretty good though. If
Jamie says Ottawa in 7, Kirby.
I mean, Jamie's an Ottawa resident, so he's kind of biased there.
I think everybody's rooting for Ottawa.
If Nyquist wasn't this much offside, Ottawa's up. Minnesota's up 3-2. And
I know that was a heartbreaking offsides caller there at the end.
Cody's happy that we're going to be able to watch some other hockey now because some of these games have.
I'm happy I don't have to watch a Panther game during my graduation now.
Yeah, there we go. Congratulations,
I can watch the other games now.
Cody will still be watching when he's not supposed to be.
The fuck? I'm just gonna listen to a bunch of speakers. I'm gonna be like this. But
we got a question there in the chat.
Do y'all think I know. Do y'all think the Leafs finally blow it up if they lose? If the Leafs lose this
yeah.
series,
If they lose
Yes, if
tomorrow,
they
I
lose.
think if they lose tomorrow,
I think they're like.
Could you
Marner.
imagine what Biz is going to be like?
I'm just gonna say this: if the Leafs lose tomorrow, get ready for a very interesting 24 to 48 hours.
I think Lulu, if Marner, he's getting ready to sign that contract. Like, can we just have that back?
Yeah, real
Yep.
quick. Game 4 hits up. Then the Pens started.
We said we were gonna pay you what you and your dad wanted, but now
if they lose this series,
So the Stollers are going to be like, "Don't worry, guys. I was this last year." I
Look,
was on
I'm
the
it's
gonna
bench."
be
almost nice, Lulu, if Toronto does win, because then they'll sign those guys to extensions, and then
You think Ekman, Larson, Lorenz,
They should keep him on there.
you think Ekman, Larson, Lorenz, and Stolars are getting PTSD from last year? Like, not
Well,
again.
they said Steven Lawrence is one of their best players in the series. That's not always a good thing. When you're
and ain't no fucking OEL's potted 2 goals for him.
yeah,
Not Schmidt's 3 though. He doesn't have Schmidt's 3 though. That's for sure.
But no, but if like I'm praying for a game 7. I've never prayed for a game 7 so hard in my life ever since Boston Toronto last year.
If there's a game 7, look out TikTok.
If there's a game 7, me, Kirby, and Nick got to watch it together.
We're gonna do it live if there's a game 7.
Hey, Kirby, we got to do film. We got to scout our next opponent.
We might do it on here on YouTube.
I don't know who it is, but we're gonna find out.
Like you're telling me I could be stress free watching because here's the thing, Ottawa's not stressing here. I think they they got their 2 games. I think they're in it. They want to beat Toronto, yes.
I'd be very disappointed Ottawa if they didn't give them their best punch here. If they come up
But
short,
if they lose in a hard fought 6 games,
4-2 or something.
If they lose in a hard fought 6 games, that's a success for them.
But they got to give a good push here in this game.
Yeah, but Allmark finally said, "Land Caesar, I told you if Allmark, I don't care if I'm down 3-0. Allmark better stay in."
Hey, he redeemed himself the last
My favorite part, I think, is going to be Kirby. You got to send me a shit ton of clips from Canada, from Canada sports news and media.
Talk, Kipper and Bourne.
Yep.
They're producer on that.
You're going to have to send me TSN if they lose game 6.
And I get to watch Steve Dangle.
TSN, they play Hello Darkness, My Old Friend every time.
Oh, that's another motherfucker. Jesse Blake, fucking Lightning in 5, Panthers in 5, asshole.
Like, any comments there, Nick?
No, I have no comment on Jesse Blake.
No, you don't yet. You're saving it?
We're going to do it for Spaces.
Where's Connor Bedard been on our post-game show?
He's coming back in about a couple days to a week.
Connor Bedard's in Cancun.
No, he comes by Spaces.
It was kind of weird. I heard his story. Victor Hedman was like, "Oh wow, you got your bags already packed for Tampa." He's like, for South Florida. He's like, "That's not for South Florida. I'm going straight to Cancun after the game." So he's got his bags packed all ready to go. He's going to Tampa International Airport. Might meet Cooper there, but he's going to be headed over to Utah. So he's not going to be able to join him in Mexico.
Wait. Hold up. I'm gonna look up some. I want to see ESPN NHL.
They have the Lightning in.
So I have a question: if Stolars, if they don't want to go off Stolars and they can't trust Wool, do they go with David Ayers in Game 6?
David Ayers, is he still around?
For their sake.
Well, I accidentally found the one from 2023 where it's just Bruins at 6, Bruins at 5, Bruins at 5, Bruins at 5, Bruins at 6, Bruins at 5, Bruins at 4. Like.
I kind of want to get it back into the Panthers real quick. Another key thing, face-off wins in critical situations, right? I thought Barkov did a really good job. Here's a play. I know they were up 5-3, but here's a great play. Barkov wins the draw. Reinhardt gets the puck and creates the shot.
The Schmidt one?
Nope, this is a Reinhardt empty netter.
Man, this is a great clip right here.
You don't got nothing yet here.
Oh, shit. Sorry, guys.
Just staring at Nick's fucking dome, bro.
My bad. I'm so sorry, guys. Here we go. Sorry.
I think what's my favorite thing in the world is like when you're upset, you did score an empty netter. I always wonder if they're going to slam it back into their net or are they going to throw it out of their net. Like that.
But just
we always breaks this.
Great face-off win there. Reinhardt going in front of there, blocking off the Lightning defender, kicking it out. Just great all-around play. And I thought the face-offs were such a key and critical moments, and especially in game 1 where Schmidt scored in game 2 too.
Yeah, Barkov and Reinhardt played there.
Those 2 goals were on the face-offs, and most of the goals were from the face-off wins.
Yeah.
Hey, and that's why I will never in my life break up Barkov and Reinhardt. I don't care what's happening.
Right.
Jimmy on our post-game show dropped this stat to me. I don't know, Cody and Nick, if you were in there. Said Erod had 8 face-offs total in game 5, and I think Bennett only had 1. So why was Erod taking all those draws there? Was it on the opposite dot?
Opposite dot, they changed.
It was
Bennett
opposite dot, and Bennett gets
can't win a
thrown
draw.
out. And besides, Bennett get thrown out the fucking circle every time he
So
took
he was
one.
getting thrown out a lot. Okay.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot of draws for Erod as a winger there.
but he's a natural center, luckily. So
Yeah.
it's not like
In that minute.
it's not like, you know what's funny? Speedy
is-
Chicklets brought this to my attention a couple days ago. Remember the fucking Nate Schmidt goal from game 2?
Yeah.
And Barkov won that draw.
Yep.
Do you know who took that draw for Tampa?
No, I'm trying to...
Don't remember.
Morelli.
Fucking Gensel took the draw for Tampa.
Oh yeah, because he got kicked out.
They
No,
were
he didn't
throwing-
get kicked out. He did not get kicked out.
they were
Gensel
throwing
took
Tampa
the
guys
draw.
out tonight. Point was getting thrown out. Guys were getting thrown out on Tampa's side tonight.
I hate that shit. I really do. I hate, like, because the refs like fucking
Yeah.
drop this
It's
shit,
like,
dude.
I hate when the linesmen don't drop the puck on time. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. But here's another play here by that third line, and Lundell does a great job of turning the puck over here and passing it over to Marchand.
Yes, like
Just look at the patience there. Just, instead of other guys would have probably shot it backhand, the patience to stop, turn around, wait for Lusto to come in.
or wheel it around the net.
You know
on
what
the
it
back.
reminds me of? It reminds me of how we looked at Four Nations.
Right?
Very similar. He's just buzzing around the ice.
But the sequence of the goal reminded me of the Marchand's light years better than Tarasenko
But
has
not
was.
many guys, even at this age of his career, playing on a third line can make, put that puck right on Lusto's stick there. Like, there's not too many guys that can do that to make Lusto finish there. So I'm like,
How many guys would we have seen get up to that puck and just like try to backhand it towards the net? It goes off a skate.
That's
into
what I was
the
saying.
corner,
Right
or
off
it
the
goes
skate,
into
or
Los
go around
Serena's
behind the
skate.
net.
go around behind the net and lose the puck. and
Yep.
stuff.
But it
lose the
depends
puck.
what hand they are. Like what hand.
Well,
is he
Marchand
shooting?
would have been on his backhand there if he's wheeling around the net, Cody, right?
Yeah.
His hand side there, he would have been rolling around and then coming around probably on the backhand, trying to protect it, then spin off and make a play. You could make a play to the point guy there, but for Marchand to do that all in one motion there, get to that puck, stop it, turn it over, put it over to Lusto, and then Lusto able to finish it. Like where he put it to Lusto too.
But
Yep.
But guys, before we continue, we gotta get a word from our sponsors. At first up, at Jeremy Beckham with Next Home Treasure Coast. Hey, Panther fans in South Florida, I need real estate help? Check out Jeremy Beckham with Next Home Treasure Coast. It's a boutique service with a personal touch. Jeremy and his team put humans over houses, working hard for you whether you're buying or selling. Ready to move? Hit up BeckSellsFLA.com or call 772-475-5371 now. You'll be glad you did. And then another word from our sponsor, Caneswear.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
Shout out once again, Caneswear and Jeremy Beckham.
Thanks a lot, Jeremy and Caneswear. And let's hear what Bennett had to say today. Let me just make sure the volume's up so you guys don't give me crap here.
Yeah, explain that fucking penalty there, Bennett.
Really don't care what anyone thinks. If they think, if they don't believe in us or they do believe in us, it doesn't matter. All that matters is the group inside that locker room, and I can tell you there's a lot of belief in that locker room.
Sam, thanks so much and congratulations.
Thanks, Katie.
What a
All the
fucking
haters there.
That sounds like the Edmonton Oilers room there the other night.
Like, oh, like I can't wait for them to count us out.
Feels
more.
like Mitch Marner headed into a freaking must-win game. We don't care what they think.
That nothing resembled Mitch Marner there.
No.
Kirby not
hey,
calling.
hey,
Okay.
if Toronto doesn't, if Toronto goes to Game 7 and Mitch Marner is missing again, I think that we're gonna have to create another poster.
I think Toronto's winning tomorrow. I really do.
I do too.
There's no way they let this go to a Game 7. Like, they gotta break the curse. There's enough times where you fucking fail that you have to accidentally fucking get successful at one.
Wasn't that what Tampa
As long as
was?
you have Shane Pinto, you have a shot.
Oh, shut the.
Toronto
Well,
beat it.
if Stolars plays his best game, they definitely do have.
Yeah, if Stolars has one of those games in him.
Yeah.
Stolars, they gave him an extra day rest there, and he still wasn't good on that extra day. So now he's got to play.
Here's the thing. So
in 2
kind of
days.
playing it out here. If they lose tomorrow,
Do they put Wolf in it?
I don't think you can. I think you have to. If you've gone this far,
You might. Well, because they didn't get to play him last year in Game 7. They had to go to Samsonov. So,
but it's like first game is a Game 7. That's
Yeah, I don't know.
that's
it depends how it looks, I guess. But
I would hate to be the coach.
You know, it's funny. I think Berube is going to ride his horse all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Berube won't take any heat for it if he does. But
No, they'll blame the actual players this time because they're like, oh, we got
4-4.
And you guys are forgetting another name that you haven't mentioned.
what?
Matthew
Shanahan?
Shanahan. He's going to be because they've got new people running the top of MLSE right now. And
You know what they need to do? They need to re-sign Marner. Just let Shanahan go, and then it'll work. And then it'll,
We had a leak.
Kills and then he's out the door. Who did that one time?
What?
Oh, the GM in Edmonton, Peter Chiarelli signed Koskinen into that big goalie deal. Exit stage left, and they're like, "What the hell did you sign Koskinen?"
it's like I left a parting gift for you. Take care, boss.
He's like, how do you allow that Edmonton management?
Like,
What do you think Koskinen's agent's like? Hurry the fuck up, sign it. Like,
So I might be gone tomorrow. Who cares? Just let's feel it.
And Koskinen was gone from like the NHL the minute that contract
Let's
was
get
up.
a $3.5 or $4 million deal, Cody.
but wasn't he really hyped up coming in though?
Yes, he was a big motherfucker though.
But he has a first glove hand. Oh my word! He had one of those big goalie games against us in Amarin Bank Arena.
Yeah.
Who's the guy in Philadelphia, Fedotov or something?
Fedotov.
Hey, he's terrible.
Every Philly goalie's been fucking terrible.
I mean, really bad. Like he can't even play the position.
It was a $4.5 million deal.
Yeah, it was awful. Thank you, Cody.
Like,
From John Cooper, they have an exceptional team. Not just an average team, an exceptional team.
Didn't he realize this before the series, or
he knew it.
he had more adjustments in this series, Cody and Nick and Caesar, than he did last year? But man, yeah, like okay.
What do you think Tampa's thinking right now? Because like I think there was actual belief in their locker room and in their organization and in the fan base and around the NHL that they could actually not only win this series but go on a deep run.
But not with these comments throughout the series.
That's my question. It's like everybody made it seem like the belief's there, this, that, the other thing.
Yeah, they're the favorites. That we're not the favorites. They are.
Right?
So maybe they aren't listening from outside the room.
So maybe they knew. But here's the thing. Why you spend that time, those assets to go get Gordon Bjorkstrand.
Yeah.
So they must have thought they had something there, right?
And they have to listen to some of the outside noise that was positive for them that said these guys not only are going to beat Florida, but they're going on a cup run to play Colorado or Vegas or whoever you have. I saw all the experts have them in the final.
Yeah.
So this wasn't like a team talking like they had cup aspirations.
No, and here's the thing. It's so weird. It's like the way the media talked, the way the management operated versus what they're saying now. So it's two completely different pages.
No, it's stunning. We'll take it.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, are they shocked? Well, it sounds like they were kind of expecting it. And maybe the injuries, they know it's like, this is going to be tough. But I mean, I think they came out of the trade deadline thinking we expect to go on a run.
And then they ran into the Florida Panthers.
So I guess get used to these comments, Caesar, next round.
It's okay. It's okay.
What comments?
What
Got, like,
comments?
got hit by a train, and this is an exceptional hockey team in the Panthers. Like, okay, we know this. Thank you.
Yeah, you were the guys who were the fucking morons that didn't give us any damn respect.
But
And not only them, but the national media.
that's the media. I can't
That's
get mad
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no,
Like-
but we were sharing a comment on John Cooper, Cody. So like, you
Yeah.
can't get mad at, I guess, at the hockey people that have given us credit all the way. But yeah, when you get some of this bulletin board material, maybe it was good for the Panthers here with having these guys rested, Caesar, coming into the series. Like, okay, you're not even like giving us a chance, or even let's say talking about us and what we're going to bring to the table.
And I kind of said this earlier too, before the series started. Like, that's something you put like on the board in the locker rooms. Like, all these people picking Tampa, you know, you don't think these players know it? You know, just keep hitting us more.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like after Bennett,
I will
Right.
continue to say it. Byfield had the series on his stick and let the Oilers. No, Jim Hiller had the fucking series on his clipboard,
oh, he said-
and that motherfucker threw it in the dumpster.
I'm ready to clip some of my Oilers and Kings tapes from After Dark there a couple weeks ago. I'm ready.
Yeah, piss off,
Oh.
Kirby. All right.
Ready for that. Nick, you got everyone on board with LA. I give you a lot of credit.
Thank you. I'm a convincing man.
A lot.
Here's
But
a
Parrish,
question.
we're with me.
Here's a question on adding a defenseman. Right now, we don't want to really focus on what we're going to add this offseason.
It's a tough question. It's a tough question to answer right now because I don't know who the fuck's going to be available.
Exactly.
You want my dream pick?
For us?
Yeah, you want my dream? Noah Dobson. That's my dream.
Oh, Cody's with me there.
I was with you before. Like that's
That
why
would be hard now with Jones, you think?
I would prefer Rasmus Anderson. With
he
Ben.
was fucking putrid. Like
But
Care.
his
I don't
stock
care.
is dropping.
Okay.
okay,
We
okay,
take
so
putrid defensemen.
okay, so
We
I don't
make
want
them
the
good.
same. I don't want this. Then here's the thing. So then you should have no problem with me wanting Freddie Anderson as our backup goalie. Then
Was his stock going to be really low?
I think it's probably he's hurt again. So maybe yeah.
I mean,
keep
I'm going to
dipping.
be honest with you. If I was okay with Seth Jones, why the hell wouldn't I be okay with Rasmus Anderson?
Exactly.
Right?
You're
like
okay with Seth Jones because
like,
that was all we had.
I was okay with Seth Jones. No, I wanted Seth Jones actually.
Dude, you were coping at some points. You were like, maybe Brian Dumoulin would be good.
No, that was before the Four Nations,
New Jersey
and
said,
when we didn't have a lot of cap, and I'm
What-
like, that could be an option.
What are the odds Ekblad is staying? I'm at like 25 staying, 75.
This guy
gone.
just keeps putting himself behind the eight ball with all this
And
shit.
it's and the way Seth Jones is playing, like, you know, he's we're not gonna. It depends on what we're gonna do with if we're gonna have enough. If they sign Bennett or not, what the
No.
numbers are gonna look there. If we're gonna sign Marchand. Honestly, who would you rather have, Ekblad or would you have Marchand and Bennett?
I'd rather have Marchand and Ekblad.
I think that's what it would be, Caesar.
Like it's not gonna
Right.
be Bennett and Marchand. It's gonna be
No,
Marchand
no.
and Ekblad.
That's too much money going to the forward, Caesar. I think it would be the other way.
Like here's the thing, y'all. We were just talking about how bad Tampa's defense was, but everyone wants to pay all the fucking forwards.
Happens all
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just saying what
No,
people want.
no,
if
but
they
like-
sign,
Cody's saying, like, fans come in and they're like,
What are we going to spend $13 million on Sam Bennett and Brad Marchand next year? I mean, come on.
is
like,
that what you're proposing to the chat?
like
Yes or no,
Lundell had
everybody?
the same fucking production with the same with worse fucking line mates, no power play time.
I'm going to tell you this, everybody, right
Like-
now. They're not leaving Forsling and Jones together.
It's not happening.
It's not
Ekblad
happening.
and Schmitz? Oh
That's-
my goodness. Did you not see Mikula and Kulikov tonight?
Oh, they're putting Ekblad down to the bottom pairing?
I'd sell my left kidney to re-sign Marchand.
Kulikov and Mikula.
There we go, Lulu.
Make that doctor's
Kulikov,
appointment.
Kulikov and Mikula did drive me nuts. Cody gets on them a lot, and you know that, Lulu, from the post game. But I didn't like their
Look,
defense. And I
look,
looked
here-
again,
here's the thing. No pairing will ever piss me off more. How low? Probably at the lowest I think he'd go, probably what he's making now. The most pissed off I'll ever be at a pairing is Tobias Bjornfot and Ubis Blinskis.
Stop it. Stop it. That's like,
I swear that pairing
well,
oh
Cody,
my gosh, that was the worst.
Cody
They did-
Fitzgerald.
I don't know how we stuck with that for that
No.
long.
like which pairing?
Did Bjorn find Palinkas?
No, he said Fitzgerald. What pairing was he on?
And Mahura. You
Oh
forgot.
gosh, that might.
But they played like 8 minutes. Like
In a Stanley Cup final game.
Oh,
Kirby,
that's-
we were cooked going into that game.
I
we
was-
finally won 11-7, Kirby.
And then
Didn't work out.
them on the bench talking to each other, and then Fitzgerald's like to Mahura, "What am I supposed to do out there?" I'm like,
Oh my god, fuck! I think
like-
we're done. I think
like-
we're done.
Do you blame Mikula though? He is getting screwed. No, he isn't. Like
He kind of is.
but like he's still not playing
That's-
well.
odd in the lineup though.
But
Middle
But here's the thing: he was fumbling with the puck. He's like taking dumbass penalties. Like the stuff he's doing has nothing to do with his D partner.
I don't think he had a good series. If you watch what Mikula did in the final to what he did in this series, your boy, I don't
Listen, I will say this: you think Mikula's getting distributed with taking defenseman? There's been one defenseman the Panthers have had that had the worst rotating defenseman ever, and no one gave, and everyone forgets
Brandon
about it.
Montour, Bruno's year. He played with every motherfucker on the planet, dude. Yeah.
think complain.
Lucas Carlson,
Kevin
Robert
Connaught.
Hag, Kevin
Connaught.
Cudnon,
I thought
Terry
he was
Lindbom,
I mean, my gosh.
Marcus Nudavara. That's 5 right there. And then Radko Gudas, that makes 6. Like,
He played with him too.
yeah, I played with him in the playoffs, remember? Because remember, they had Ekblad, Sherratt, Forsling, Uyghur.
Forsling, yeah.
What is this, the second goal?
What a play by
This
Marsh
is
on
the second. This was amazing. That third line.
I love how we cut off the play by Luso that creates this whole shit.
Fits our narrative. Oh, there we go. Back to Marchand out in front, and they score.
Just unbelievable right there.
And this is in the playoff, Caesar. When ice is limited, it's tighter. You have to make quick decisions, quick reads. It's not like regular season is one thing. That's what Marner can do in the regular season. Button hook,
Claude Giroux ain't doing any of that
look for
shit.
a guy, find a guy. But this is the playoffs.
Claude
I-
Giroux ain't doing any of that shit, Kirby. I'll tell you that.
No.
You know.
Not at all.
And Tarasenko, I liked what he brought last year. I know
The
Ryan.
emergence of Samoskevich, are there any other young guns y'all think would make the leap? If so, do you consolidate them with some forward depth or a high-end defenseman? Listen, if Bill Zito's good at one fucking thing, it's finding some shit off the bargain bin. So,
Yes.
like,
Especially bottom 6 forwards. Like he did it with like, I know Kirby doesn't like him, but Boakfist, what he did for us this year. with the
Kirby
call-
doesn't like him right now.
I know. But it's like between him and Devine and maybe Sordiff, maybe 1 or 2 of them.
And we might be a year away because I got Sachin as well. We
So
might
Sachin, Sordiff, Devine, if 1 or 2 of them can pan out,
We have no
be
blue.
next year. But
We have
in the year after that.
we have one blue liner of the pipeline, one good one. His name's Matt Vacherov, and he plays in Russia right now.
And that's going to be what, 2 years?
yeah, but
Well, we
still.
have Benny.
Yeah, but is he ready?
Oh,
Is
I think-
do you guys see anything from Magna next year?
yeah,
If-
AHL.
They re-sign him to the exact same deal. I'm not totally
step.
against it.
7, 8 maybe. But Benny has a chance to make that jump above 7.
Zito get a fine Forsling too. That is never going to happen again. I don't give
No.
a fuck. Forsling is legitimately the greatest waiver wire pickup in NHL history.
Yeah. Yep. That's
Like
crazy that they
Because, yeah, Marty St. Louis undrafted.
Sullivan was up there, I think.
Sullivan's up there. Ilya Brizgalov's also up there because he was picked up off waivers by the Coyotes.
Why are you mad?
Hunter
It-
St. Martin, your boy, I don't know about it.
And Curb. And here's a little bit
It's only
trivia
a
question
game.
for you guys. There was one other team that put in a claim for Ilya Brizgalov. Do you remember who? Do you know who that team was?
Florida. I don't know. Tampa? I don't know.
Detroit. And this was Dynasty Detroit.
Who did they have?
I think Osgood may have been hurt, but they did put a claim in for him.
Or Legacy would have been gone.
But Detroit was looking for goaltending. Remember, they tried to offer Sheed Luongo after he got traded to Vancouver.
Toronto was in on Luongo. There was a bunch of different teams that were trying to get in on him after.
I've never seen Puljujärvi's name so fucked up.
Is that our? It's probably our.
Nick, please look at this shit. He's
No, it's probably our spell thing that might be restricted.
is it like what did they try to spell here? Is like are they trying to say is Jesse Puljujärvi dead? Like is that
StreamYard thing?
Did they do that, or is that StreamYard?
StreamYard.
I'm so confused right now.
Wait for
It's not even
Pool party.
close.
David. I said Puljujärvi is one of my next men up
Cool,
up here.
whatever.
I don't know
Yeah.
what they're doing with Mackey
Wait,
right
no, but here's the thing. Maurice did say Mackey's going to find himself back in the lineup. He
Okay.
just said he didn't think this series was for him.
So is
Do
Toronto.
you think Ottawa's for him or something?
I think Toronto is.
I think Toronto is, yeah.
Would Puljujärvi be for Toronto? Go around there, bang bodies, get in on the
Oh
forecheck.
gosh, wouldn't that make Canada hate Puljujärvi again, all over again?
He's quicker.
Anyone
are-
worried? anyone worried-
No, I don't
It's
think we're worried about Toronto,
I-
Uh,
here-
but they
here's-
are better. They
here's
are
my-
better.
Here's my caveat. Their depth is better and their defense core is better.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm only worried if the core 4 pops off.
And they're having trouble right now.
Because here's the thing. I'm not a believer in Marner. I'm not.
Not against
No, but I am a believer in Austin Matthews. I think he once he finds that switch,
but it's running out, Cody.
it's running out of time though.
really running out of runway here. And he's a captain this year. And they're saying he's got to take more criticism. It's too much on the core 4. He's the captain now. He should be getting the criticism. It's starting to run.
Roy
Imagine
says, imagine Oilers Panthers rematch and Puljujärvi draws in. How about he scores the game-winning goal? There's Puljujärvi down the wing.
You know, it's funny. Kirby's been
It's
been surprised by some players. I don't think he's been more surprised when Jesse Puljujärvi was in the lineup because that motherfucker hit everything that moved.
Yeah.
wow,
Do you-
man. If I'm
it-
excited to watch him in the regular season, I was surprised by his effort. Then what's he going to do in the playoffs?
Do you think
Get him out there.
they'll get him out there in the game?
I don't get people are saying on the postgame show, well, he took the suspension. He's got to be smart in the things that he's got to do. Just go out there. You're playing Toronto. Just go out there and try to run through the wall.
Just run fucking through him. Just
Right?
he had to
and touch up those defense because Cody's talking about like wearing down guys like Marner. Let's wear down their defense first, and then we can chip away at them.
like
Well, I'm going to
fucking
be honest with you. I think Boakfish should draw out for Toronto if we play Toronto.
Yeah.
That's a skill-based guy that
but-
they're like, hey, that's an easy guy for us. To
I
play.
think Greer's more effective. Greer,
Yeah.
when he played Toronto, I think this was right after the Ekblad suspension. He was a pain in their ass. He was like, they were
Yeah.
like,
They're like, who's this?
what?
They're like, who's this guy? We already have to deal with
I
Kachuk.
remember Elliot Friedman saying it, and AJ Greer out of nowhere.
Dude, that's the thing. Our depth is so much better than it was last year.
I think it's right around the same.
I think it's deeper.
I'll tell you this: our seventh defenseman's better than last year's. Frick,
Our
our
seventh-
eighth,
Our
our eighth
seventh
last year should have
our
been
seventh defense was the same as last year.
It is, but
Mahura.
Well, yeah, Mahura Balinskis, what the like
I think
I thought
Balinskis
Balinskis played pretty well today.
Balinskis is far better than Mahura.
Balinskis did what he had to do. He had to play
Far
what he
better.
what
Stretching it.
Balinskis,
What?
Far better.
Much better. It's
Lightly moderate.
slightly to moderate. Kirby, you don't remember Josh Mahura last year?
Not like Blinkus is helping us out on the special teams there.
I'll never forget that Toronto game. That shit was so funny when Kirby was just losing it on Mahura.
That Pittsburgh game. Oh,
Yeah, the Pittsburgh one. He was just
6. Oh, everyone comes on post game show. That's exciting hockey. No, that's not good hockey. That's not what's going to get it done for us. That's not what's going to win us a Stanley Cup.
you want to talk
He
about
1-3-2 hockey. Okay.
who was worse that game? Alex Lyon or fucking Josh Mahura?
Lion was really
Oh my god, they were so bad.
But all the line apologists won't forget. I saw something on Alex Lyon today. It's like this is like he'll go down in Panthers history. Kind of will. Like those 7 of the last 9 games. That everyone talks about a domino effect. He's always going to be part of the story.
Yeah, I mean he'll be more known than Mark.
And then he got a big game to win in Boston.
yeah,
He was
yeah,
able to win us a playoff game.
yeah, but
That's crazy to me how we started this all with him starting a playoff game for us.
it was just
And Bob
because
was the backup. Can you believe
Allowed
that?
that real stinky, greasy goal to Marchand in game 1.
oh the shorty.
Oh yes.
That one stung because we were playing. Well.
Let's be real. That was a foolish and a discipline. Yeah, no doubt that was.
Lucky it's
He was
only a
only a
2-game
with-
suspension.
Yep.
I don't know if lucky if it's only a 2 game. You got to understand something. Playoff games and regular season games are 2 different things. Remember, like it's like every one playoff game is what every like 2 regular season games.
Yeah, 3 would be pushing it. So if you're saying lucky to
3
be
would be absolutely ridiculous.
Like Like
I think
three.
the two
I
is
did
right.
say 1 to 2 games when I did hear the initial.
But
Like-
now here's the other thing that I think is got to pay attention to. Aaron Ekblad just got back into the lineup. Kirby, you were worried about him coming back in Game 3. Now he's out of the lineup again. And if, depending on how long it takes for this Ottawa-Toronto series to get wrapped up, I
I
mean,
talked about in the post game.
I'm not worried about that now.
Not worried as much because he did get a little taste of playoffs. Now.
Like now, I'm not worried because it'll be like a week.
Yeah,
Like now, I'm not worried. I was worried before because it was like 2 months, like a
I was
month.
a little bit like, can we win a game without Ekblad again? Well, I mean, we did it
We
fine.
won
here.
fucking 3.
Oh, I
So
mean,
like,
we clearly, I don't know how we know how to do it now, but in the regular season, it was like, what the hell is going on?
listen, because here's the thing: if he got thrown out of the game, I think it would have been 1. But like,
the difference though
If he
is
got
like,
thrown out of the game, we wouldn't have won it. So
yeah,
it's hard to replicate in Paul Maurice's system that playoff intensity, and that includes with our forwards back checking and coming back on plays. We saw a couple shifts tonight, Cody, where they're like, what is that Kachuk line doing? They're not back checking there. But it's few and far between. At the end of the regular season, you have all these different forward lineups out there. You're not getting that full 5-man unit system. So that's why you're getting losses there,
yeah,
Nick,
but-
at the end of the year without Ekblad.
yeah. And the thing is with Ekblad is I would love for him to keep playing like that. Just don't fucking like just do this. Like push him. I'd rather you cross check him into the ground. Don't fucking elbow him in the head.
Yeah, I
Right.
put a tweet out there. Aaron Ekblad, he'll have to write a book one day. It's a circus, good, bad, ugly. Someone said the good, the blad, and the ugly. That was a good line there.
Yeah, but the thing is like
History of the Aaron
the
Ekblad.
thing is I don't know. Like here's how I feel about this series when it came to the dirtiness. I thought it was 1 to Tampa, 3 to Florida. In terms of dirtiness, Hagel hit.
Yeah.
Then for us, the 3, Kachuk hit on Gensel, Mikla hit on Gergensen, Ekblad forearm on Hagel. Like
The Ekblad, the Kachuk one, the least. I would call that unnecessary.
it was the least, but it's still dirty. Like, but it was, but
Ryan loved it. Or moderator.
but out of the 4, it's the cleanest hit out of all 4. Like,
I think it's unnecessary, and I'll put more on this on Kachuk. Risky. Don't do that hit in that situation there again, and have a chance where you're going to get thrown out of series. Because again, Kachuk, he has history with the league and suspensions, so don't take that chance there.
but I think he's out of the repeat offender range.
With the LA suspension with Quick, I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
but that was 2022, Kirby.
You keep things on your record for 3, 4, 5 years. I think, Cody.
I think it's 2 years.
Okay, if someone can let us know.
I wonder if Bennett's still on. there.
Marshawn is falling in love with us. Kevin Weeks just predicted a Game 7 the Toronto Ottawa series.
So I did want to dive a little bit deeper. What is that? Like, if it goes to Game 7, I mean, I want to talk about, before we talk about the game, what is that Friday going to be like in Toronto?
It's not going to be pretty.
It's not going to be pretty. So, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself here, but it's like, what do you think Toronto needs to do tomorrow?
Come out, punch them in the mouth early, take the crowd out of it.
Yep. If they keep it even close, somewhat close,
I don't think they
I
can
think-
afford to give up the first goal. I think Toronto,
Ottawa- yeah.
I think Ottawa needs to get the first goal.
I think the thing that's changed in the series we already talked about is the goalie swing, because that's big.
Yeah, and Olmark has come out these last 2 games playing unbelievable.
Yeah.
What did he stop in game?
And Ottawa's got to keep it 5-on-5.
What did he stop in game 4? 35 out of 38, I think. And then yesterday, I think it was for game 5, it was 29 safe shutout.
Do you think Game 6 goes to overtime? I think it's ending in regulation.
Yeah, 29
If-
safe
if-
shutout for Omar.
If it's a close game, it
If
goes to
Ottawa-
overtime.
If Ottawa wins, I believe it's in regulation. If Toronto wins, it's an OT. But if Ottawa wins in overtime, that is backbreaking for Toronto.
I'm feeling if Toronto does win, Lulu, like 4-2 with an empty netter. So really close game.
Yeah.
See, I think Toronto would just come out and put the hammer down. Like, I mean, if they're going to win.
But
You
then
guys
again,
would say,
but-
in order for Ottawa to win, Olmark's going to have an unbelievable game.
I don't know about
I don't know. I mean, I really think Ottawa. Like, here's the thing: what is the crowd going to be like too? I'd imagine because it's just a singular game. I'd imagine there's not going to be as many Leaf fans, or am I wrong?
but I think there's no Leaf fans travel.
Like Lulu's question too, they got to stay disciplined. They're going to be really charged up and juiced up from the crowd, like you guys. But they can't go out there and take an unnecessary penalty or two because then Toronto could silence them on the
Toronto has done a great job taking advantage of the power play.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: it's like if one of those core four score, then it's like, oh, well, they're out of it.
If it's one of the core four, I'm betting my money to either Nylander or Tavares. But like,
Yeah,
mainly Tavares.
Well, win because it would be compelling.
But if this game goes to overtime and Ottawa wins, fuck, that is backbreaking.
Go back and look at Toronto in the bubble against Montreal. They had a chance to beat Montreal in 5 games, and they lost in overtime. I think it was Brendan Gallagher, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was Suzuki or Caulfield.
They lost Game 6 in overtime, and then in Game 7, I think it was 3-2 or regulation.
Yeah, no, because Game 5 was Suzuki and Caulfield on that 2-0.
Yes, 2-0.
They kept passing it back and forth.
Yeah.
And then Game 6 was a Travis Dermott turnover that turned into a Jesperi Kotkaniemi goal.
Yeah, and then they won 3-2 in regulation, and Montreal did, I think.
Yeah, and then Gallagher scored like the opening goal of Game 7.
Toronto really had a path to the Cup final there.
They had a path to the conference finals. They had that shit gift wrapped to them. Gift wrapped, because that division was fucking horrible.
Dude, they could have made the state. Well, who would they have played? Vegas?
They'd have played Vegas in the conference finals. I think Vegas would have won.
Yeah,
and
then I don't think Tampa wins.
They all
that.
beat Winnipeg and Paul Maurice.
Yeah, they swept.
Paul Maurice wasn't putting up Paul Maurice master classes yet.
They swept them.
It was the palm trees and the warm weather.
But also remember when Mark Scheifele about fucking killed Jake Evans.
Yes.
Like,
that took a while for Mark Scheifele to reshape his image and find his game again.
Well, he's hurt. He got hurt tonight.
Oh.
And now there's Jim Montgomery and Scott Arneal. Where
I think St. Louis and Winnipeg have a good shot to go 7. St. Louis played very well at home,
especially without Scheifele now potentially for Winnipeg.
Hmm.
I mean,
it's funny. Scheifele got suspended 4 games for that hit.
Yeah, that was a nasty hit.
This is why Kirby is wearing the Panther black jersey.
The funeral that Caesar was telling me that they're all the old school.
Yeah, Kachuk's always done that though.
Yep.
So that's not a new thing. Maurice.
I wonder how many times they had to dry.
I guess Kirby and Cody got the memo, but Nick
we didn't. They didn't tell us. Caesar,
Caesar,
here's the
I'm
thing:
the only one not wearing Panther shit. I'm
Caesar. We were the first ones here, so we were on time, Caesar. And we were the first ones here, and they just, we're going to be late, and we're going to not.
That's where Kirby loves. Kirby, you love my T-shirts. Like,
yeah, I do. You got some good compliments on that one.
Kool-Aid bed.
That's an awesome shirt. Hey, sorry for hosting the post game and everything, everyone.
It's all right. We're just waiting for you.
Fucking,
it's Kirby's world. We're all just living in it.
Fucking Barkov didn't get them. Barkov's suits game is one of the worst in the league. I hate his suits.
I'm going to be honest. If you want my honest opinion, I don't think he owns a black suit.
What if a South Florida radio station calls me up and wants me to host a post game show? Am I supposed to jump off of there on the radio or whatever?
Why don't we talk about that when we reach that point? All right.
I'll take our show over on the other radio show.
There we go. Hey, I have people say, "Hey, I listened to you guys in the morning after listening to Doug Plagans and stuff like that." That's the ultimate respect and ultimate compliment from our community, Caesar, and how people continue to find us.
Shout out to the people in the chat today. We've had we've hit the 50 mark here live a couple of times. So really appreciate the love, guys.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, so anytime we're on, you guys are notified.
But let's talk about some series here. I'm going to name you a series. You tell me if this goes to a game 7. Toronto, Ottawa.
I'm gonna lean yes. I originally
it's over.
Okay, I said
you said it.
I said Toronto in 6, but I didn't expect it to be in this fashion.
I think Toronto's gonna end this tomorrow. I say no. Caesar.
As much as I want Ottawa to win, I'm with Cody. I think Toronto's
I'm
gonna
going
win.
back and forth on it,
All
man.
right.
I don't
Win it-
know.
I really want Ottawa to win.
Let's
I'll
talk-
say this: if Ottawa does win, I don't see Toronto.
Let's-
Toronto, I think Toronto.
Yeah,
That's they got to win it tomorrow.
Let's talk about.
Toronto in Game 7 always.
All right. Let's talk about probably one of the most entertaining series so far. Winnipeg, St. Louis.
I'm already just said it. Yes, I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I say
Especially with
yes.
the way they lost
I
today
say yes.
and
But
that hit.
they might win like 5-1 or 4-1 in Game 7.
But yeah, because St. Louis blew them out in St. Louis. It wasn't even close. You want to talk about home ice mattering? The home teams won every game in that series.
Scheifele in?
I'm going to assume no, since he did not return.
So then, yes, it'll go to Game 7. If Scheifele's in, Winnipeg.
Dallas, Colorado.
Yes.
I hate saying yes to all these because it's not all going to happen.
I'm gonna say Dallas
Colorado
wins in
wins.
Colorado.
Colorado going home. Now, here's the thing: Heiskanen might be back.
Yeah.
I'll go yes, but these all aren't going to happen.
No, I think that goes 7.
Winnipeg, Vegas. Minnesota,
No.
Vegas.
I'm going to go no on that because I did have.
I'm gonna go now. Yeah.
I'm gonna go yes. Let's go wild.
You should have picked them. You should have picked
I
them.
did not like the Vegas matchup. I did
And the
not.
Doesn't
final answer,
matter.
and the final answer to the other series, Cody. No, it's
LA,
in LA.
Edmonton.
Oh no! Hold on! I'm going back here for a sec. Cody yelled at me going back to like the first month of the season because he said in the summer Minnesota is going to win the first round and they're going to be a team that makes it into the playoff. And I said they always lose in the first round, Cody. And Cody's like, Chris, like put respect on Minnesota's name. So it's funny that he's like not going.
But here's the thing: they were on track. The Kaprizov injury fucked them.
And the Eriksson act.
Like that's
Oh,
like
they're guys. They should
would-
win.
they would. Like, so you're telling me the fucking Panthers are going to win without Barkov, huh?
No, but they're good. They're good now. They should win a round. But Cody was on it like in the summer, and then St. Louis a little bit.
Anyway,
And
the last series, hell no. Hell no.
The Kirby script will be the
I'm
biggest.
going no because I think
4
the
straight.
Kings- I think the
And then
Kings-
Jim Hiller can get fired.
Wow.
I just read a Tampa comment saying the Lightning would have been swept if the Panthers if only the Bolts had Paul Maurice. I wish I was joking. Can you imagine that type of mental gymnast? So you're blaming Cooper?
My, how the Pans are turning.
That comment is even
Hot take. I blame Breezeball more than I blame Cooper. Because I blame Breezeball more than I blame Cooper.
It's the
But here's the
roster,
thing:
though, so,
the
yeah.
Bolts don't have Paul Maurice. The Florida Panthers do.
So
But
you guys
they
are all
can-
picking Edmonton now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
Hey, me and Kirby were the only ones that picked them in our bracket.
Yeah,
that's
but,
right. You were with me.
but here's the thing. I didn't think LA would be
LA
this-
should have had it, man. This should have been over by now.
But LA is so mentally defeated. It's
I think they're
not
just
even.
physically defeated too.
No, it's mental. This is fucking mental.
Well, remember
They're
our community, like,
fucked.
you guys really think the Oilers are Stanley Cup contenders? I'm like, yes, I do. I don't want to say it because how they came down the stretch. And
But you have McDavid and Draisaitl that can hit another level that no other team can hit.
And they've done it where they were down 3-1 and they came
Here's
back.
the thing: are they going to be able to
last
get
year.
through a Vegas or a Colorado or a Dallas?
Vegas is a tough match for
If
them.
they get off on the power play, yes.
And
That's
they're starting to get hot. They're starting to get hot on the power play.
Because they avoided Vegas last year. That's how
If-
they were able to.
you know, we're almost burying Minnesota here. If they get Minnesota, I think that's an easy path or easier path for Edmonton.
Yeah.
I think I think if they
Oh, no
underestimate
doubt.
them. If they underestimate them, Minnesota could pot a couple.
I
'Cause
just go ahead.
Somebody,
Oh my God.
David says he blames the harmonicas.
I hope they do not come to South Florida.
You know what? That was the second worst national anthem I've ever heard in my life.
Are they actually
Don't
going
say
to
the
like every-
bongos. The
Number
bongos
one
gotta
was
be
the
quick. Can we play the
fucking
bongos?
I thought we were going to
No.
Monica one night.
Can we play the bongos right now?
No, I'm not playing the fuck like no.
So Caesar, pull it up for me.
Monica,
Yeah, let me see if I
You
can.
search
find
up
it.
Nashville Predators anthem bongos.
That
Yeah,
was
I
one of
got
the
you.
worst national
Yeah.
anthems ever. And I went to a Nashville game, and it was them versus Chicago, and that game was so bad. That game was so bad.
You know, I haven't even heard their harmonica anthem.
It's as bad as you think it is.
This is
Can I ask who the worst matchup is for the
I
Panthers?
think we played this on the NHL After Dark.
Yeah, we did. That's how I know
Yeah.
it.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, let's.
we
We did.
Can we play it one more time?
No, bro. Like, what the fuck are we doing? No,
Come on.
no.
It's late enough. We can do it.
What the fuck are we doing here? This like this bongo banging motherfucker. Like, oh.
Wait, so
my-
does this move Fergie down to out of the top 5?
I didn't hear that one live, so I just think it's funny because all the players react.
Can we play the Fergie one?
No. You know which one's worse? Fucking Carl Banks hit. No, wait, no, not Carl. No, what the fuck was that guy's name? Oh, he was the track
Carl
star.
Lewis. You should know your own.
Lewis. Carl Banks is a fucking TV dad. What the hell am I doing?
Here we go.
Oh my fucking goodness.
No, we're not doing this.
The deck started slow. Shocking, I know. But I guess they had a reason this time.
The bongo anthem threw us off a little bit in the first, but once we recovered from that, we were back to our game, which was good.
Can you see that our flag was still there? Oh, but
There's no
That was very unique and well done.
No, you fucking liar. That was so off fucking beat. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Not the short version thing. I thought he was playing the whole 2 minutes. Oh.
What the fuck? Like that's
God,
why
God bless that guy. He did. Let's be honest. He was energetic with it, but it just doesn't work. I don't think.
We
I
should
did-
be throwing rocks.
I love his energy, though, man.
that literally
Throwing
reminded
rocks
me
at
of
Roses. We've had
what's
some
his-
anthem singers, and then we've had some interesting characters hitting the drums. So
I was gonna say.
Do we have
that
any?
reminded me-
What's it called? Remember what's her name? The woman that sang for our game against the Leafs earlier in the year.
I don't remember her name.
the French one. Like,
No. Oh, Kirby took a video of it and sent it to me. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Sent it to Mr. John Acosta too.
What the hell, man?
Shout out to John.
Yep, shout out to John. I don't know if he'll make his return one day, but best Panthers Anthers.
But
it's not even close. Like that shit.
let's go a little bit 5 minutes here and then we'll wrap it up.
That should just
Thank you to
infuriate.
everybody staying up late with us, by the way.
Yeah,
on the
really
Twitter
appreciate
side
it.
and the YouTube side here. We really
I was
appreciate the
gonna
support.
say, like once we wrap this up, I'm going to Wawa. I'm fucking hungry.
I'm going to bed.
Nah,
What do we got? What do we got for the last couple? Of
let's just talk shit about LA.
Yeah, I wasn't going to talk shit about LA until we won. So now we can do it. What the fuck are they doing?
What's going on there?
First of all, Quentin Byfield, you need to get that puck out. I mean, I knew as soon as that happened, like they weren't winning in overtime. And what was their strategy in overtime? Let's just see. Maybe if we dump it in the right way, it could get past Pickard, but we're not going to try anything else other than that.
Look, when I tuned in, they were getting shot 29-8.
Yeah.
And after 2 periods, they were outshot 33-12.
the scoring chances, high danger chances, and slot chances were out of this world that Edmonton had on LA. I don't have it in front of me here, but there was very low event at times, and the chances that the Oilers were getting early.
Utter domination. It's
We're-
like
there.
it's like a varsity team against like a middle school team. Like it's like not even close. It's pathetic.
And you know like how Money Puck has like the expected goals?
Yeah.
Edmonton won that battle 6-1.
I thought it would be in the 5 or 6 range. Wow.
Worst Western Conference matchup for a potential Panthers. So are you saying like the worst like worst matchup? Like I don't get the question.
I think if we played them, it would be the worst matchup as far as
like
views, right, David?
Are you asking like what's the worst possible Western Conference matchup I can make? Because like hardest opponent, there's 2 for me.
Vegas, Colorado. I don't know.
Vegas and Colorado, just because Colorado. Actually, no. I think it's more Vegas and Colorado because Colorado doesn't have the Rantanen anymore.
Yeah.
And Vegas, I worry because of the shot suppression and just shutting down our offense.
I would say,
But
Vegas.
I think a lot of it's just like the PTSD from those finals.
I do think what's it called? Like people say Dallas. I'm like, we've matched up well against Dallas.
I think we match up very well against Dallas.
We can play defensively and offensively against Dallas.
Like I'm going to be honest with you, we're a different.
Colorado,
team.
the fans would love it, but some of those games might get away from you.
Yeah.
We're a different team now than we were a couple years ago. I don't think there's anybody that I go in and be like, oh, or we stand no chance, but there are some harder than others.
Yep.
Like the easiest matchup, LA.
I thought that all along. There would be rarely low event hockey, but I think we'd be able to manage
But
our.
I don't want to play Edmonton again. I don't want the McDavid or a part 2.
I don't want that this soon. If you're talking,
Yeah, but I also did say before the Edmonton LA series, I did say the series is going to be the highest scoring one.
What's that?
I did say the LA Edmonton series was going to be the highest scoring one.
You did? Because I remember you saying the Washington.
Also, shout out to the Holy Water again tonight.
I wasn't wrong on that either. I think it was the highest scoring in the East.
Was it?
We'd have to go back and check.
Let's see. 4-1 tonight. What was it the other night? The other one.
I was expecting
4-3.
5 games after talking.
The other night was 5-2.
Okay.
The game before was like 6-3 or something.
Maybe it did then.
6-3. And then the game before that was 3-1.
I think those goals were in the second half.
And then 3-2. So 3-1 was the lowest scoring game.
So it might constitute as that.
Are you guys more afraid of? I'm not afraid of either of those teams.
No. If we stick to our game and we play our game, we can beat anybody.
Like, no disrespect, but
Washington's going to cause us the most problems in these.
Think about it. If
4 teams remaining.
Game 3, if we would have played our game, this could have easily been a sweep against Tampa.
I mean, yeah, if we didn't fucking didn't fuck up game 3 so damn bad. Like
Lulu, it's the Leafs, and it's not really close.
Yeah, it's actually no, they're both pretty fucking bad.
But they're both bad.
I think Ottawa, you want to play them. I said this before the playoffs start. You want to play them in the second round if you're a Panther fan, then the first round. First round, they're going to bang you around and they're going to challenge you, and you might get down a game or two because they could have done that to Toronto. The next round, I think it's going to be an adrenaline dump if Ottawa finds a way to win these next 2 games, and Florida's able to beat them at 5. I think Toronto would be more of the matchup, but how much is Toronto in their own head?
But I think both are bad because here's the thing: because the Leaf fans are gonna go on about every little mini missed call that they don't get or whatever.
Oh, so Edmonton East, okay, yeah.
And then Ottawa fans are just delusional about their team.
Yeah, I think Ottawa fans would be so focused on talking about what they just did to Toronto, they wouldn't even be talking about us.
No, I agree with Kirby on that.
This is round 2 now, guys, and then they start losing, and they're like, "I'm kind of fine with this."
It's like It's like getting to the feeling of the Boston Toronto series last year, where it's like, okay, who's gonna win and get fucking smacked by Florida in the next round?
Well, what this reminds me of is what if Ottawa got through this, it would take me back to when Bobrovsky's Columbus Blue Jackets upset at the time the best regular season team in NHL franchise history in the Tampa Bay Lightning. Then they played Boston.
That's what I said on Spaces.
Have anything for
That's
Boston.
what I said on Spaces. Remember, somebody
cleared
said
the way for Boston to go to the Cup.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because remember,
who did Boston play in the first round?
Boston, Toronto.
Okay, so they beat
Boston.
Toronto, but then they played Columbus and Carolina, and that year's Carolina team, woof. But
remember, that year's Carolina team was the surprise run because remember they beat Washington in that first round. Then they didn't beat. Who the fuck did they beat in the next round? No, not Pittsburgh.
Toronto. They played Toronto multiple years in a row. Boston.
No, I'm talking Carolina. Who the fuck? Oh, the Islanders.
Islanders to the Capitals. Remember Robin Lehner?
Yeah, fucking because I'm like the Penguins made the playoffs, but they got swept by the Islanders that year. But
tomorrow, no, he'll start game 7 potentially, but I would have to see him.
But to me, the worst fans are the ones that are on Twitter and only fans of teams that they're only fans of teams if like they think the players are hot. I can't stand those people.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Like that's the thing. Like the people with the fucking multiple teams, the bios, like there's one where it's fucking Devils, Rangers, Islanders. Are you
The same divisional teams. That's just going another way.
David, I know you're talking about
love
Keyshawn.
It's not
Adam
fair.
Is the best, but Adam can't even stand Keyshawn.
Like it's not fair. Like the Florida Panthers are going to win the Stanley Cup or go to the Stanley Cup again. It should have been the Leafs. Like
we're gonna leave it up to David T to deal with all the Leafs fans.
I'm not tweeting dog shit. I just don't read it.
Can't get into all that.
I'll stick to my TikTok.
I'm too tired to do any of that.
He's gonna say, Kirby, did you see this? I'm like, yeah, I know who Sid 6-0 is. Yes, I know who Jesse Blake is. Yes, I know who Steve Dang. Yes, I know who this guy. Like,
but Leaf fans hate Sid.
I know who Jenna Matthews is or whatever her.
I don't care because I'm sad the Leafs are choking. I'll try to keyboard warrior, but he's an actual boat. Don't like Keyshawn's a little like out there, brother.
What are Toronto fans gonna do? They're gonna complain about the Ratko Gudas thing. They're gonna complain about Sam Bennett taking Matthew Nice.
Like they
Wall's face. We know
they had a game like versus Anaheim and like Gudas got like -3. And they're like fucking revenge for that shit on Wall.
Anaheim fans like, why are you being so hostile to us?
Like I'm just like, he doesn't even play for fucking Florida no more. Like
all I remember Anaheim was when Toronto was making fun of this no-name goalie, and it was Lucas Dostal, and then he's a pretty damn good goalie. So that's Toronto's evaluation on no-name players and individuals.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's the same team that fucking like. Would you guys take? Are you saying Nyes? It's got to be Nyes.
He's an RFA where there's no way.
Nyes is a Florida Panther type player. I love this.
If I see Matthew Nyes to Florida, I'm fucking running around my house like just like there's no way they let him go.
When Bennett erased him from that series, he scored his first ever NHL goal.
I think Toronto has to win tomorrow.
They have to.
I think they can, but I mean that this is like I think. I mean, it's getting.
Florida could offer sheet Nyes $8 or $9 million. Actually, they cannot because we do not have the picks to offer sheet that. The offer sheet picks
for that tier.
Like we
do. So here's the interesting thing: we still have our 27 first rounder.
Yeah, we do.
So that could be on the table for a trade this summer. I'm not saying for Nyes. I'm just saying for a defenseman maybe. Zito kept that on the table.
And it looks like we'll be losing the 26th pick, though.
Well, we already traded that.
Yeah.
And the Bennett. What about the 27th pick for Bennett? Or for Marchand? Right?
We didn't trade it. Oh, well, yeah. If we win if we win this next round, and he
because if he plays 50% of then it goes to.
But here's the thing. It's like, so technically 26 or 27. So the one we sent to Chicago becomes a 27 first if we trade the 26 first to somebody else. So it's like an option.
We'll figure it out.
It was a conditional first round.
I know we're in a cup window, but at some point wouldn't mind like watching the draft for fucking something. You know what I'm saying?
We don't mind it. We don't mind these big trades. These are more fun anyway.
I know, but I'm just sitting
Next, and now put that in 20. What?
Fuck, I might not be around when that kid comes up. So,
like fucking hell, like.
No, I'm joking. I'll be here.
We're not going to make a pick in 7 years.
We keep winning. It doesn't matter.
But at least we're not Tampa and making a trade for every.
Florida Panthers select Alexander Barkov Jr.
There we go.
I think Barkov's already a junior. No.
The third.
Next pick.
And
gentlemen, anything else so we can wrap up here?
Good night.
We're gonna have 4 Game 7s.
That's crazy.
But yeah, the Seth Jones, Brad Marchand's probably one of the best trade line acquisitions the Panthers have made.
But But I hope the next time it could be the next time we are on the stream right here, we could know our first round opponent, or we could be watching the game to figure out who the hell it's going to be. But anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Once again, shout out to our sponsors.
Oh. I got to put the video, so I'll...
I'm just stalling for you.
Oh, okay. Go.
Yeah, I'm just look. You cut me. I had a flow.
I thought you were... My bad.
No, but as always, thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe. If you listen to us, don't forget we had the last podcast released a couple last night. So go ahead and check that out. I'm pretty sure that one aged pretty well. But as always, thank you guys for watching. Shout out to our sponsors at Next Home Treasure Coach Jeremy Beckham and Caneswear. And as we sign up, as always, let's go Cats.
Boys, unreal performance. Marshy was feeling it tonight. Toe drags all over the place. Oh, yeah, let's go.
Boys, we had a way to stick with it, eh? We knew we had to come up big, shut down in the third. We did it. It's a great job, but we're just getting started here, eh?
What's up, Cats and Rats fans? If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button before you head out. If you're listening to us on Apple and Spotify, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And just like always, let's go Cats!